How's it going, everybody? Crazy here. I'm back again with another reaction. And before I get ahead of myself, I just want to explain a little something here to you, my audience, my fans, and stuff like that. I try to be as transparent about things as much as I possibly can. So I'm not going to lie and try to say, oh, hey, this just popped up in my feed. You know, um, I saw that Ningen Isu was one of those bands that um, some of the viewers have actually enjoyed. I really like Ningen Isu, and I just had the urge to check out another one. So I did a YouTube search for another Ningen Isu song, and The Color Out of Space seemed to be the one that caught my eye. And so this is the second thing that I'm going to be transparent with you guys about. I had done a previously recorded reaction to this, so this one's not going to be as raw as it was initially. However, the unfortunate thing about that was, like, the one that I shot, there was no audio, there was no music audio. Like, all that was going on was was through my microphone on my headset catching whatever was playing in my fucking cans. So I had no choice but to delete it. That's why I didn't have a video pop up the other day. So nevertheless, I guess I'll just have to continue on with pointing out the fact that Ningen Isu, it was one of those bands that I was reluctant to listen to, and when I did, I was actually floored. They give me kind of a Rush vibe. They do remind me a lot of Rush, which Rush is my favorite band of all time. Out of every band in the world over the course of time, Rush is my favorite. And Ningen Isu gives me that vibe. And that's what I really enjoy out of Ningen Isu, because it gives me that same feel good whenever I'm listening to 2112 or Moving Pictures from Rush. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so there's like at first, when I first shot this, like this little quiet piece, right? I actually thought that there might have been something that messed up in my headphones. Why wasn't I listening to any sound? And then just out of nowhere, this ends up happening. So it just Yep, right there. That's when I was like, oh, all right. And this actually sounds pretty good. See, I like that how it says horror and terror in the way that opens up. It still has that Rush vibe, but also at the same time, it's kind of like Black Sabbath, just a little bit more high pitch, you know, because like we all know, if you're a Black Sabbath fan, Black Sabbath is very low and droll, and it is kind of designed to scare the shit out of people. It's meant to be scary, you know. It was supposed to have that kind of dark goth sound, and mostly I believe that was because Tony Iommi was missing a piece of his finger, so he had to drop the tune. He had to tune it down a little bit to make it easier for his fingers. Which, yeah, I kind of understand that pain. I'm missing a piece of my finger as well. But listening to this, like, this is meant to be kind of creepy in a way. Darkness and madness. That's interesting. You know, you listen to the bass and the snare. No, that's not a snare. My bad. Like, you're listening to the bass and you listen to the cymbal at the same time with that high pitch in the guitar. Like, that does kind of give off like a creepy vibe. It's almost like royalty-free Halloween music, if you will. Yep. Yes. Oh yeah. Do I have the captions on? do now. See that little progressive rock piece right there. And like reading the lyrics and stuff like that, it's like, okay, so filled with the disgusting signs. Hold on. Dark idiots come to our planet. and I don't feel anything out of this, but like definitely the way he's singing it though, like the way that he's singing it, it's definitely like an opening up to whatever it is that he's going to be talking about within the next future lines. Escaped out from the cycle of reincarnation, make nothing of the dimensions. Now, there was a point that I was trying to make. Yeah. See, like, some of the keywords that I'm taking a look at, like, okay, dark dimension, yeah, talking about dark idiots trying to take over the planet, the word ascension coming into play, and let's see, but in fact allude us to corruption. Now, I believe that just like in the last take that I had alongside with this video, I'm going to say, like, it's interesting some of the keywords that they say in the lyrical translation, because, like, in a sense, I believe I said this in the last video, but, like, in a sense, it's kind of like almost as if to say, like, there is corruption in the planet with the energy in the world that probably didn't even come from here, but there's something that came in, a darkness that came into this world and basically fucking corrupted a whole bunch of people. And it's mostly, you know, and it's mostly like the negativity of the way people are, you know. I believe I'll be pretending they are channeling the higher existence. So like the 5D, if you will, you know. Something that I've been learning about with, you know, trying to grow spiritually, like talking about higher planes, the higher existence, the 5D, you know, the fifth dimension, if you will. Because you have this world, the 3D, the things that we see, you have the 4D, the 5D is a higher plane. And, you know, basically speaking, speaking to the 5D, you know, speaking to your higher self, to basically try to help further yourself into a more positive enlightenment. And there are people that, okay, pretending that they are channeling the higher existence, which, yeah, there's fake motherfuckers out there that basically act like that they are more positive, and they kind of want you to follow in that kind of footstep, you know, pattern, but like really all they do is they throw shade. And I feel like that's something that this song was talking about. Yeah. Seduce us into breaking taboos. Whispering by telepathy. The way that this dude sings is just fantastic. Everything about this, like everything about this is just so fucking crisp. I love the way that the drums are being played while the guitar is being played, while he's singing. Everything just fits like a fucking glove. And it feels so fucking good. Like, just listening to this is just putting me at ease. And then it goes into this. Casting out maddening beams of light, they enjoy destruction. This is where I started getting into it. Surrounding themselves, yeah, like just like that last line. Surrounding themselves with unearthly chill. And then the next line as well. devour our flesh and blood. So I know that everybody, when you read something or you listen to something, everybody has their own version and their own interpretations about things that are being said. Now, mine actually, like, this song in a way speaks to me because of some of the things that I have been changing recently in my life. I used to have a lot of negative aspects about myself, and over time, I have learned that those things do not apply to the world that I want to live in, my own world, my own inner self. So basically, just casting those negative things out. It's very hard to do so, especially in a day and age that we live in right now, where a lot of people are fucking negative. There's a lot of drama that goes around. Wars are going on. Basically everybody's nitpicking and fighting with each other over, this, that, and the other. And it's very, very difficult for you to be able to ignore all of that in order to enlighten yourself. And that's basically the way that I saw it, was like, with what they were saying, surrounding themselves with unearthly chill. There's a lot of people who do that, surround themselves with a lot of negative aspects and a lot of negative karma and third parties that really serve no purpose for them or themselves, and the same thing with the next line. Yeah, the devour our flesh and blood, because the way the thing that I'm taking from that basically is, like, there are people that are all over that basically want to gather together and corrupt you. And, like I said before, in this day and age, it's very, very, very difficult to be able to fight against something like that, especially when your head is constantly on swivel and that's all you see. And sometimes you end up becoming a product of that environment. If you're not willing to actually battle up against it in order to keep yourself in a more positive light in life. It's one of the hardest things that you can do. Yeah, on the edge of lunacy. Laughing at our science. They dive into the wormhole. Beat the hell out of our hopes. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about right there too. Now, I know I'm taking bits and pieces of the lyrics themselves, but I still feel like that what they're talking about is basically the sound advice. Is that, yeah, there are people that are around you that, they sneer at whatever it is that you're doing that's making things positive for you. Jealousy and envy and things like that. Like, trust me, I know about that. I've got plenty of people who are very, very jealous and envious of the way that I live my life. And even though it's even though it's mediocre to them, I'm enjoying it. The things that I do in my life, I highly enjoy, and I keep it positive as much as I can. And that furthers me into a better life, happiness, and creates a better life and stuff like that. And there were people who, for a long time, that were surrounding me and basically made fun of me because, I have a hobby, I have an interest that doesn't serve their purpose. So therefore they thought that it was a good idea for them to cast negativity on me just because I like being a nerd. I surround myself in music and pop culture, movies, video games, stuff like that, and people made fun of me because of that type of stuff. And, for a while it was very hurtful because, well, they were the same exact people that I had in my inner circle that I thought I could trust and, and be cool with and stuff like that, and accepted me for who I was. But there was just one day, just a whole bunch of people just kind of just flipped the switch and started talking shit. And, just like he said right here, beating the hell out of my hopes, because there are certain hopes and dreams that I have when it concerns having the video game collection and stuff like that, picking up some rare finds. There's one game that I'm looking for I have 2 places in my hometown that have this one game that's worth like $2,000, and I would love to have that in my collection. And these guys, you know, I still to this day hope that I'll be able to one day obtain it. But these guys decided that it would be a lot funnier to make fun of me and beat the hell out of that hope that I would get that one day, you know. And it hurt because these were close friends of mine. And then they decided to shun me because, you know, I'm sensitive. Well, fuck them. That's the way that I look at it. Yeah, sipping dark matter. Spread out the disease. Yeah, I'm really liking the visualizations of this. And everything about this band is just entertaining as hell. Just like, and this song is just so fucking catchy. I like this. This is definitely one of those things that I would put into a rotation alongside with Rush. Oh shit. Yeah, Gong Boy. Ooh. That was actually pretty cool to see this. Like, in the first shot that I fucking took with this, I was like, wow. That was interesting that it just transitioned from like a Rush feel and then it turned into kind of a Black Sabbath feel. Like, this part of the song turned into Black Sabbath, and you know, I think this is like the 3rd Ningen Isu video that I've reacted to, and it's the first time I've ever heard this dude sing. Like, this dude fucking comes off like he's a goddamn mute, you know, with just like the facial expressions and the stank face and stuff like that, and then he starts singing. I was like, wow, he's got a good voice. And it's interesting because like it transitioned from like a Rush feel to a Black Sabbath feel, and now he's singing. So it really changes up the tone and the feel of the entire song. Oh yeah, creepy. And it's still in the same vein of what it is that they were talking about during the Rush feel, I feel. It's just a lot less words, which I really think really drives it home. Yeah. Invisible evils. Yeah. I love the way that they're doing that with the guitar too. And it's like, God, it's such a different feel. It's like I can't really put into words how unique that is. Like, to me, I see that as being a pretty unique thing. And that guitar squeal is pretty fucking fresh too. It's such a huge change. And then it goes back to this. Well, this still has that Black Sabbath feel with the guitar solo. Oh shit. What happened to the gong sound? You see that? Look at this. The gong is right there. Boing. And now it's back to this. Sipping the void. The color out of space. And they spelled color with a U. Just seeing it like that's weird to me. The color out of darkness. Motherfucker was teabagging. Look at this. Watch this. Right here, he's just teabagging. Color out of Hades. And it just ends it out of nowhere. Now, like, I loved the, like, I gotta say, I really loved the music video as a whole. Like, I really enjoyed the hell out of this. Like, they did a very good job with, like, the location that they put this in, because I feel like the location and then some of the color changes, especially when they did the change up from the Rush feel to the Black Sabbath feel. That's the best way that I can describe it, you know. And then everything went black and white, and then they kind of went back and forth on it. And the message that I'm getting from the music video in and of itself is definitely one that I really feel hits home, especially for myself. And maybe that is what the interpretation of the song is supposed to be about. I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, they're talking about outer space and galaxies and stuff like that, but in reality, like, I'm looking at it like, okay, it's talking about you are your own fucking universe and stuff like that, self-love, self-worth, things of that nature. And I feel like that is what it's talking about. It's just like, you have to take care of yourself. Nobody else around you is going to. If anything, everybody else around you is going to try to beat you down, talking negatively about you, trying to sway your path from positivity and things like that. And I feel like that's what they were talking about, to avoid that type of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I've been listening to lately from a lot of these bands that I really enjoy from Japan, and they talk about a lot of positive shit, and to basically give you a warning of to, you know, stay away from those negative spaces and try to be more positive. And I enjoy that. And this is definitely one of those songs that I would want to keep in rotation. This band as a whole. So I just keep coming back to it. I enjoy the shit out of this. So, you know, whoever, I don't remember who actually introduced me to this, or told me about Ningen Isu, but, or suggested anything for me to react to Ningen Isu. But nevertheless, I'm very, very glad that I came across this. But I'm going to get up out of here. So thank you guys for watching this with me. If you want to watch this without all of the stop-go jargon, link is going to be in the description below. Like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. Check out my merch store. And if you're feeling generous, shoot me a super thanks. I'd really appreciate it. All right, with that being said, I'm Kreyz. That was my reaction. That band is awesome. Like, no cap. All right, I'm getting out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Deuces.